Greetings from Tokyo, my dear friends. This is Daisuke, and I hope you are all doing very well today. I just wanted to let you know that now it's August 5th, 2019, and so I understand that the Barnes & Noble sale ended, I think, yesterday, August 4th, 2019. So I want to say, first and foremost, that I want to thank you all very much for sharing with me, sharing with all of us, your acquisitions, the titles that you got during the Barnes & Noble sale. I know a lot of you shared with me some titles. Some of you shared with me a lot of titles that you got over the course of the sale, which is excellent. And I know many others made videos and showed the actually going to the store and purchasing some items and then coming back and showing what you got. And so this is really great. So I want to thank you so much for sharing with me your experiences, your excitement, your stories about going to the Barnes & Noble and getting the titles, hopefully, that you were looking for in the first place. I think I mentioned it before, but it's one of the great things about going to the Barnes & Noble, just to go to the shelves and just stand there and peruse and look and just watch. It's really fun. So I managed to get to a Barnes & Noble earlier in July because I was away on a family trip, and so we managed to go to a Barnes & Noble. I went there actually quite often, maybe about... I didn't buy a lot of things, but I just went to visit because it was so much fun to visit the Barnes & Noble. So I was there maybe about 3 or 4 times. It was very close to the hotel, so it was just a matter of walking about 10 or 15 minutes. So it wasn't like we had to take much time out of our daily schedule to go to the Barnes & Noble. And plus it was open rather late, and so it was nice to be able to walk out of the hotel and go to the Barnes & Noble and come back within the hour or something like that. So it was really nice, and just to be there and with the shelves and with all the layout and see the Eclipse series sets and see the new releases and all that wonderful, glorious stuff. It was really, really fun. So I'm just so happy whenever I get a comment or a message from someone telling me what the titles he or she purchased over the course of the sale. So if you have any more sort of last minute acquisition stories or anything that you got, anything that you're waiting for and you finally got your hands on, something like that, I would love to hear what it is you purchased. So please feel free to leave a comment anytime you want, and I'd be more than happy to read it, and if you'll let me respond to it as well, it would be really great. So but I just want to say once again, I hope you enjoyed yourselves and that you had fun and you got the titles that you were looking for. And if also you, during the course of the sale, you found some new films or you discovered some new films that you hadn't seen before, and then you saw the film and you really enjoyed it, please let me know. I would love to hear what films you ended up discovering over the course of the sale, things that you purchased that you saw maybe for the first time and really you really took to the film, or the film really hit you in a way, or it really surprised you in a way, or it otherwise moved you in a way that was a good thing. So I would love to hear any experiences you have with any new discoveries that you might have made along the way in your own personal film cinema journeys. So if you have a moment, I would love to hear in the comment section here on this video, or maybe other videos, any kinds of discoveries you might have made along the way. It would be really nice to hear about that. So if you have time, of course, and there's no pressure at all. There's one other thing that I wanted to mention, which was I am also going through the works of Kazuo Hara, the Japanese filmmaker Kazuo Hara, and I must admit I've been going rather slowly through his works, and the reason why I have been going through his works rather slowly is because it's his films I find very, very challenging, and I find it takes, for me, a lot of watches to be able to, or not to be able to, but it's very difficult for me to try to comprehend everything that he's going for, because his films are very densely packed, as you may know. So it really takes me at least 2 or 3 watches of a film to feel at least somewhat comfortable talking about it. And so I'm in the midst of going through the film The Emperor's Naked Army, The Emperor's Naked Army Marches On, excuse me. So the film The Emperor's Naked Army Marches On, I'm in the process of just assembling my notes, and hopefully that video will be up maybe later this month. So please stick around and stay tuned to this channel for further updates on that. But I do want to mention that maybe about a few weeks ago, the UK label Second Run announced that they were going to be releasing a Blu-ray of the Kazuo Hara film, The Emperor's Naked Army Marches On. So this is incredible news, absolutely incredible news. Second Run is such a great label. I'm very fortunate to have a number of their Blu-rays on the shelves here. And so to hear this announcement from Second Run about The Emperor's Naked Army Marches On was one of the great thrills that I got. So I will try to mention it during the video when I talk about The Emperor's Naked Army Marches On, but let me just say very briefly that I think it's one of the most, it's probably one of the most influential Japanese documentaries. It's certainly a very powerful documentary, still very relevant, and it's still quite hot in terms of its potentially controversial subject matter, even to this day. And there is a real audacity in its filmmaking and what its subject matter is. And I don't want to go into too much detail, but suffice to say that the film, The Emperor's Naked Army Marches On, is considered by many to be a real landmark, a real landmark, in not only in Japanese documentary film, but Japanese cinema, period. I think it's one of the key works in Japanese cinema. So anyone who is interested in pursuing Japanese cinema or discovering Japanese cinema for the first time, I think if you can track down a copy of The Emperor's Naked Army Marches On, I would strongly recommend that you at least consider watching it. And the fact that Second Run has announced that it will be releasing The Emperor's Naked Army Marches On later this year, I understand. That is really great news, and so hopefully this will make the film even more widely available. I'm looking forward to that very much, and so I'm also looking forward to how people will respond to the film, because, as I say, it is very challenging and quite hot, and also it's packed with a lot of ideas, some quite unsettling, others very bold and provocative. So yes, the film The Emperor's Naked Army Marches On. So I hopefully try to get to this as well later in the month, but I guess, as I say, there's so much in that film, too much perhaps for me to be able to comprehend just in one sitting. So I'd have to try to work through the film and grapple with it, and really almost, I mean this in a good way, almost fight with the film and engage with it in order to and force myself with a number of certain aspects of the film, which hopefully I'll get into later. But yes, so all this is just to say that it's a film that really is, and I mean this in the most positive way, it's a film that's actually in many ways a very, very difficult film for me to watch. And so And I look forward to talking about that particular aspect with you going forward. But in the meantime, my friends, just in case you maybe didn't hear about it, I would like to very respectfully draw your attention to the fact that, yes, the film will be released by second run later this year. I don't know the details with respect to region free or not, or region locked or not. It might be worth just checking out the second run website just to be sure. Maybe there have been some updates since last I saw it. Who knows? But if you have any more information about that, please let me know. But once again, let me just say that it is a film that I thoroughly, strongly recommend people watch, especially if you are interested in Japanese cinema and also post-war Japanese history and culture. Because there is a lot going on in this film in that respect. So the Emperor's Naked Army marches on. So let me leave you for the time being. So I hope your weeks have gotten off to a really good start and that you are happy and healthy and well. That's the most important thing, just to take good care of yourselves and take good care of your family and friends and make sure everyone is happy and safe. I just hope that all of you are happy and safe. And once you've taken care of that, my friends, I hope you are watching a lot of great movies. So until we meet again, my friends, please be well and cheers.